Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm gonna talk to you about a story first today. There was a young fish always wanting to find the ocean. So he went up to the old fish, asked him, "Where's the ocean?" And the old fish replied, "You're already in the ocean." And this young fish was taken back. He said, "No, I'm not in the ocean. I'm in the water. What I'm looking for is the vast ocean." Actually, that's a story told in the animation film Soul, and it talked about how a middle-aged man always wanted to be a pianist, but once he managed to give a performance as a pianist, he thinks, "Oh, I'm in such pain," and he felt such a lostness in his heart and emptiness. So I think it somehow illustrates the point that when we are pursuing an exterior purpose or meaning, do we really think that it's the real meaning that can give us pleasure and bliss? Maybe it's not. And there are multiple reasons for that. The first reason might be that we set our purpose too idealistic. It's like when we are writing sweet reports to someone that we love in an intimate relationship, we think, wow, this guy is so perfect. But once we get into that intimacy, maybe things become ignoble. Oh, this guy has so many faults, I don't want to get with him again. So I think that's the first reason, possibly. And secondly, maybe it's because our purpose is by its nature very likely to be attached to the social system, and it's part of our process of being socialized. But socialization as a person is almost by definition a way of alienation, meaning that we have to take it at the cost of sacrificing ourselves to a fair bit extent so that we can somehow conform to the norms in the society. Then we can be successful and pursue the meaning in that society. But it is hardly a triumphant call to our self-value, right? So maybe the fact that we are somehow alienated from ourselves by pursuing the goals that's exterior and the goal that the society deems to be right is another reason for us to be not that happy when we get to that goal. So what is the real purpose then? Maybe we can seek a little bit inwardly. I mean, the first example of that might be my reading experience of the book To Live, written by Mr. Yu Hua. He said that maybe the sake of living is not to seek something very magnificent, but it's built into living itself, right? To live by itself is a noble pursuit. And from a Western perspective, Hegel, the German philosopher, also have a similar counterpart argument. And to paraphrase it, he says, "The spirit of a man is like a seed. You want the seed to manifest itself across time, right? And the seed contains the whole product of the tree potentially. Its height, its smell, its nature, and its shape, and the potentially hypothetically fruit, its taste, right? So the mission of this seed is to manifest itself, unfold itself, reveal itself in its true form. Firstly, know itself, then unfolds itself. And once we do that as a seed, our spirit can be thereby recognized. Then if enough people would have done that, the history can be thereby constructed. And once the first glimmerings of our human nature can be thereby discovered by our self-exploration, the virtually whole human history can be thereby properly established. That's something quite interesting and exciting to be noticed, because it means that if we do think that each individual in its principle, in its essence, has something to tell, then you have a moral obligation to let it out. Once you do that, maybe that's the meaning about yourself. You don't have to look that elsewhere. The meaning is in yourself. Thank you.